Let me ask you something. You've probably tried to think positive before, right? Read the quotes, maybe pinned a few to your wall, and then woke up the next morning feeling exactly the same. Yeah, me too. Here's what nobody tells you. Mindset isn't about positivity. It's about rewiring the way you actually process reality. And once you understand that distinction, everything changes. Today, I'm giving you 10 tips that will genuinely shift the way you think, not the fluffy stuff, real, practical shifts that successful people use every single day. Stick around because tip number 7 is the one most people completely miss, and it might be the most important one.
Okay, first one, and I know this sounds backwards. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Motivation is not a fuel source. It's a byproduct. It shows up after you start moving, not before. The people you look at and think, wow, they're so driven. They don't feel like doing it either half the time. They just do it anyway. So the shift here is simple. Action first, feelings second. Pick one small thing today and do it before you feel ready. That's where momentum begins.
Here's something I want you to try this week. Pay attention to what you say to yourself when things go wrong, not what you wish you'd say, what you actually say. Most of us have an inner critic we'd never talk to a friend like. You're so stupid. Why can't you just get it together? That voice is running in the background all day, shaping everything you do. Start noticing it. You don't have to silence it, just notice it. Awareness is the first step to change.
This one took me a while to actually believe, not just say. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the process. Every time something doesn't work, you now know something you didn't know before. That's data. That's valuable. The shift is going from I failed to I ran an experiment and got a result. It sounds small. It doesn't feel small when you're in it, but it changes how fast you're willing to try again.
Your environment is shaping your mindset, whether you like it or not. The people around you, the content you consume, the conversations you're in, all of it is quietly programming how you see the world. If you're surrounded by people who complain constantly, who see everything as a threat, who celebrate staying small, that becomes your normal. This isn't about cutting people off dramatically. It's about being intentional. Add more of what fuels you. Reduce what drains you. Your environment is a choice, even when it doesn't feel like one.
When something bad happens, a setback, a rejection, a bad day, give yourself 24 hours to feel it. Not a week, not a month, 24 hours to be upset, frustrated, disappointed. And then you make a decision. What am I going to do about it? Successful people aren't people who don't feel things. They're people who don't stay in it. They grieve fast and move faster.
We're wired to fixate on the goal, the result, the destination. But here's the problem. You don't control outcomes. You control effort, consistency, and quality of execution. When your identity is tied to results, every setback threatens who you are. When your identity is tied to how you show up, setbacks are just noise. Ask yourself, am I proud of how I work today? That's a question you can always answer yes to, regardless of what the scoreboard says.
This is the one I mentioned at the start. Pay attention. Someday I'll start. Someday when things calm down. Someday when I'm ready. Someday is not the day of the week. Every someday thought is your brain protecting you from the discomfort of starting. And the longer you rehearse that thought, the more you believe the lie that you're not ready yet. You are ready enough. Right now. Not perfect, not fully prepared. Ready enough. The rest you figure out on the way. Pick one thing you've been putting off until someday and give it a start date. Not a due date, a start date, this week.
Most people set goals. Successful people build identities. There's a big difference between saying, I want to get fit, and saying, I'm someone who takes care of their body. One is a wish, the other is a self-concept, and we act in line with who we believe we are. So the question isn't, what do I want? It's, who do I need to become to get there? And then start making small decisions that person would make, today, not when you've arrived, starting now.
Every version of growth lives just outside your comfort zone. I know you've heard that, but let me say it differently. Discomfort isn't a warning sign, it's a compass. It's pointing you toward the thing that will expand you. The problem is, our brains are brilliant at interpreting discomfort as danger, so we retreat, we scroll, we procrastinate, we stay comfortable and wonder why nothing changes. Start small. Do one slightly uncomfortable thing each day. A hard conversation, a cold outreach, a creative risk. Build tolerance for discomfort the same way you'd build a muscle, slowly, consistently, on purpose.
Last one, and this one's easy to underestimate. Every night before you sleep, write down 3 things that went well. Not 3 huge wins, 3 things. Could be, I didn't hit snooze. Could be, I had a good conversation. Could be, I stayed focused for 1 hour. Your brain has a negativity bias. It's literally wired to remember what went wrong more than what went right. This practice manually corrects that. Over time, you build real evidence-based belief that things are working, that you are capable, that success isn't something that happens to other people. It happens to consistent people, and that can be you.
So there you go. 10 mindset shifts that actually move the needle. None of these are magic, but if you pick even 2 or 3 and apply them consistently for the next 30 days, I promise you'll notice a difference, not just in what you do, but in how you see yourself. If this video gave you something to think about, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need it. Subscribe if you want more. I put out videos every week on mindset, performance, and building a life you're actually proud of. And drop in the comments which tip hit hardest for you. I read every single one. See you in the next one.